Ladies and gentlemen, have you been stuck in that same KD forever? Do you want to rise to the demon level KDs? Well, this is a video for you. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys 3 easy tips that you can instantly implement that will increase your KD. And let me tell you, you won't want to miss number 2 because that one is going to take your gameplay to the next level. So the number 1 tip has to do with the overall game plan of what you're doing, right? So if you guys watch any sports, right, whether it be NFL, soccer, boxing, whatever you watch, teams don't play the same every single game and against every single opponent, right? They have strategies and they change, and that's how you should play Warzone to increase that KD. I see a lot of people playing exactly the same. Either they full on go aggro every single time or they camp every single game, but you should play accordingly to how your day and to how your game is going. And let me tell you the different strategies that you can utilize and that you can change according to how it's going. So number 1, your day is going great and your game is going great, right? Everything is going perfect. Your team is in sync. Everybody that you're beating all these one-on-ones. When this is happening, you need to take advantage. You need to rush everything, right? You basically need to be like a headless chicken. Push everything, drop control center, get your loadie quick, and rush everything, right? This is when everything is going good and you just have the good luck on your side, all right? But now, what happens when things aren't going your way, right? When you're losing gunfights that you shouldn't, when you're getting shot from the back, where your teams are randoms are just garbage, what do you do then? Well, you have to play a little bit slower. And this is where people don't understand. If you're having a bad day, people kind of like in the casino, the more you lose, the more you want to play. So the more they keep losing, the more they keep dropping in hot zones, the more they die again, and the more they get mad. And when you get mad, shit goes down. So again, what you want to do is if you're having a bad day, just slow things down a little bit. Maybe don't drop control center, drop tents, right? A little bit further away so you can get your loadie quick. Maybe stick with your team more, right? Play a little bit more passive aggressive, like only push if you really know that you can win that gunfight. And again, it sounds a little bit like, well, you know, I don't really want to play like that, you know, but that's the way you have to play it. If the day is not going according to you, you just have to take a step back. And the reason is you don't have to play like this the whole day, right? Let's say you've had a couple bad days or a couple bad games, right? You step it back, you take a game a little bit slower and you win, right? You don't get that many kills, maybe 12 kills, 13 kills, but you only died 2 times, right? Because you were playing with your team, you were playing a little more passive. And what happens? Well, you feel a little bit better, right? You're like, all right, 13 kills, 2 deaths. That's a pretty good KD, right? Almost like 6 KD, right? I play with my team. I got the win. All right, I'm feeling better for the next game. So that is what it also does. It resets your momentum, right? Playing a little bit more passive, getting a good KD and a good win is going to reset that momentum. So the next game, you're ready to go full at it. Now, here comes the second tip, and it's increasingly important, all right? And that is going to be to increase your KD. Well, you got to win more gunfights, right? You got to increase your skill level. And what is the number 1 way to do that? That is going to be getting paddles on your controller if you don't have it, right? Trust me, this is like one of the things that I was even a victim of it, if you could say. When I was playing Verdansk, I probably had about 3 KD, and I wasn't playing with my custom controller yet. Like I had just barely got it. I had around 3 KD. Now, after playing the game for quite a little bit more time now with custom controller, I've risen it up all the way to 5 KD. So that was a pretty big jump. I know anybody that gets paddles in their controller can easily jump their KD at least 1 to 2. Now, you've got 2 options, right? You got the best way to go, which is going to be either the custom controller, right? Which is right here. A nice, beautiful custom controller with paddles in the back, right? The problem is this one, obviously, it's a little bit expensive, right? It's $200 to $300. If you guys do have the money, I do suggest it. It's going to be linked in the description. It's called Hex Gaming Controller. Just click that link and you'll get a little discount. But again, paddles are amazing. They allow you to jump and slide and everything like that while still aiming. But now, if you guys are the kind of person that, well, you know, I don't really have that kind of money to spend, don't worry. This is why I said this was super important. Now, a lot of people have PlayStation 5 controller, right? And either they don't have the money to spend $200 or $300 on a custom controller, but then the other paddles that exist, you have to open your controller and they're like, well, I don't really want to do that. So I've got the answer for you. I've got these nice little paddles right here, which is basically like a case for your controller. And as you guys can see, it just basically slides on top of your controller. And once you stick it like this, it's kind of like a handmade paddles with, as you guys can see, it's got these sort of iron sticks, right, that go through the controller. And what they do basically, as you guys can see back here, you place your hands right here. And then when you click it, when you click this one, it's clicking the X. When you click the other one, it's clicking square. And I've tested it out and it works smooth, right? There's really no delay or anything like that. I mean, they're nice and smooth. The second that you click the paddle, it's clicking the button, right? So it's nice and smooth. And again, these are, I think, like around $25. So if you, best option ever. Like if you don't have paddles, and again, you don't have the money to spend $300, get this one. You will not be disappointed. Again, a link for this one will be in the comments section, and again with a little code to get you a little discount. And just obviously remember, using custom controllers or paddles will take a little bit of time to get used to, all right? But once you get used to them, they are a game changer. Now, what is the other thing I can tell you to increase your KD? This is kind of like a bunch of things in one, and that is going to be play with people that are better than you and use weapons and perks that will make you play more aggressive. And let me explain that for you. Number one, what happens when you play with somebody who's better than you? First of all, you can see him move, right? You can push with him, you can do all these things. And once you see him in play, that person that's better than you, you're gonna copy some of the things that he does, right? You're gonna be, hey, well, from control center, he pushes here, or this fight, he went away instead of pushing. But again, you playing with that person, like sticking with that person, is going to make you play more aggressive because you're going to have to be right on his back. Yes, at the beginning, it can be like a lot of people are saying, well, you know, they're holding their Tootsie Rolls, and it could be like that. But you as a player, that's going to really help you learn. You being right behind this aggressive player and you trying to shadow everything that he's doing, it's going to help you out significantly. Because what if you're playing with your trash teammates all the time, right? And you're getting these bot lobbies, right? You're not really gonna learn anything, right? If you're playing in these bot lobbies where YouTubers play and TikTok players where they draw 40 kills, none of them are shooting back, nothing like that. I mean, maybe you're gonna get a cool gameplay, right? I mean, people that know that's not cool gameplay because it's not shooting back, but you know what I mean? You're gonna get a high gameplay, but it's not really gonna increase your level, right? Because they're not shooting at you, they're not pulling out any moves on you, they're not really forcing you to pull any outstanding moves and learn anything. But when you're playing with people that are better than you in your party, that's going to increase the SBMM. That means that you're going to face against people that are better in your party, and that is a good thing, because when you're facing against the people that are better than you, it makes you think more, right? These guys are shooting at you, so what are you going to do next? Are you going to play it up? Are you going to push? Should I push this guy? He's sweaty. If he's sweaty and he's moving left and right, then that forces you to move as well, right? If you're playing against a bot that's not moving, you don't really have to do all these fancy moves. If a guy's pulling these fancy moves on you, first of all, you can copy him. Second of all, it's going to force you to do those fancy moves as well. So always playing the same thing what they say. If you are the smartest person in that room, then you are in the wrong room. And it's the same case here. If you play again in a lobby that is higher SBMM, I know a lot of people complain, but that is what's going to help you to be a better player. And now let's go into the loadouts and things that can help you to be a better player and be more aggressive player, right? That's one of the things. First, let's go with the weapons in general. I'm not going to go over any class setups really specifically, but I just wanted to say overall, if you want to be a little more aggressive player, right? You know, get the moves and stuff like that, then you got to use the movement as setups, right? That's what you got to do. You got to use meta loadouts, but now you don't have to use a speed demon, you know, loadout to increase your KD. Remember, what you want to do is you want to have something that's according to your play style. If you want to be aggressive, then you want to have a weapon that allows you to have quick moves and to down people fast, right? If you want to be a little bit more passive but down people, then you need to have a class with low recoil that does that, right? Like right now, maybe you want an SMG that you're not the best at moving, but you just want an SMG that kills super fast and absolutely beams people. Then you got this one, the Arma Guerra. This is one of my loadouts that I've been using. Again, not the best in mobility, but not to mention that if you're ADSing, you will win that gunfight. I mean, this gun just knocks down people left and right, and it does not move at all. So just remember, look for loadouts that are according to your gameplay. And as far as perks go, I like to choose perks that allow me to be more aggressive so I can get more kills, right? In the perk 1 selection, I love using Quick Fix, and this is because it allows you to be more aggressive, but you got to be very smart when you play with Quick Fix. Number 1 is, again, downing players will also start that health regeneration. A lot of people don't realize that, but it's super important, because let's say you've got someone down, the enemy's pushing at you, you have no stims, your health is low, you see that down enemy, boom, you get that kill, and as soon as you get that kill, you played up once, and within that 1 second, you get full HP and 1 plate ready to contest that player that's coming for you. Another really good one is, I've done it in the gas a lot of times, and some people were asking me in the chat, they were like, God damn, how the hell did you survive 5 minutes in the gas? Quick Fix is the answer. A lot of people don't realize, but you're in the gas, you're taking a Quick Fix, and you see a down enemy in the gas, or you see him running out of the gas. You downing that player will get you that health increase, kind of like if you stimmed in the gas. So you see that player down in the gas, or you see him running out of the gas, you down him, boom, you get that health regeneration again without using your stim. So that's gonna help you quite a lot. Now, when it comes to perk number 2, I know a lot of people like using overkill and stuff like that, but I'm a kind of player that just uses restock, and I can handle it, and I love it. I would say that the best two aggressive perks out there are going to be either restock and tempered. Tempered is pretty good, actually. And high alert could actually save you in a bunch of occasions. So high alert, tempered, and restock are all really good perks. The reason why I use restock, and I'm gonna go talk about the lethal, is I prefer the Semtex. Trust me, use Semtex and you will start getting more kills in your game. I find myself getting more Semtex kills or completely removing players' armor with the Semtex than a kill that if I would have had a throwing knife, I wouldn't have got him because his team was pushing at me. That happens, obviously, right? Throwing knives are still good. But again, I find myself getting significantly more downs and more kills with my Semtex than me needing that throwing knife on that same exact moment because that team was pushing me. Trust me, if you see my gameplays, I always get between 3 to 4 kills just with that Semtex. It is insanely overpowered. The radius on it is like 7 meters. If you hit somebody, it completely takes out their armor. Most underrated in the game. And as well, I mean, we're nowadays in one of those that if you want to get those high kills and get high KD, you definitely got to be aggressive. In the stim, if you're not using stim still, it is the way to go. If you guys didn't know, they silent buffed stims actually with restock, where now all the lethals and tacticals, they all regenerate at the same time. Before, because stim was super powerful, it would be 60 seconds for restock, but now stims regenerate 30 seconds, the same as everything. So it's a pretty good pick. So ladies and gentlemen, I know I went over a lot of things, but hopefully this guide really helped you, and hopefully you take one of these things and it really helps you to increase that KD. But again, remember, most importantly, just remember, stay calm, and most importantly is stick to a strategy. If the game's going good, push. If it's not going good, play a little bit more passive aggressive. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Peace out, and I'll see you all next one. Peace.